We'll be getting started in just about another minute. All right, good morning, everyone. Today's going to be our first activity in class, so it should be a fun one. I think you'll like it. I have a couple of quick notes for you just as some reminders. Your math review assignment has been, as you saw, it's posted on D2L, and it's due this Monday, August 31st by 11:59 p.m. Remember, this is your only assignment that will be graded on completeness. So remember to show your work and give your best answer, but it won't be graded on correctness. Of course, it is in your best interest to, if you're finding yourself struggling with it, to work through it a bit more. And the reason for that is these are the main mathematical concepts that you'll need in this course. So please give that your time and attention. And then your first homework assignment will be posted on September 4th and is due on Monday, September 14th by 11:59 p.m. So you can just kind of stay tuned for that for right now. I did post your next lecture just this morning on YouTube, so you can look out for that. So that's available for you. So yeah, now you should be having 3 lectures under your belt by the end of like tomorrow. Okay, so that's where we're at with lectures. That's where we're at with assignments. So let me check in for just a couple minutes and see if there's any quick questions from anybody, and then we'll get on to today's activity. I think there'll be time at the end for questions as well. So if you'd like to go to the chat, if you have any quick questions or have any questions you'd like me to address at this time, I'm more than happy to do so. Then we'll get into our activity. And then, like I said, I think at the end we'll have some more time for a couple more questions if there are any. I just like to allow for that, even though I know it's not an official question day, just like to allow for that. Okay. So you feel free to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start talking, but I'll keep my eye out for the chat room in case anything appears there. All right? Okay. So as you saw in the second lecture, what we were talking about a lot was probability. And so today's activity revolves around probability. So I'm going to back up just a little bit to near the end of that lecture to just make sure we're all on the same page to do this activity. So we were talking about the game rock, paper, scissors, and is the game fair? So the number of players is 2. Rock is a closed fist. Paper's a flat palm. And scissors is the number 2 horizontally. Each player hits the other hand twice, and on the third gives the symbol that they choose. Okay. And how do you determine who wins? Rocks beats paper, paper beats rock, scissors beats paper. If you both throw the same symbol, it's a draw. Okay. So then we asked the question, is the game fair? And what does that even really mean? So we decided we could address this question using the power of probability, right? So what we did is we looked at this table here, and we saw that player A could throw in red the rock, paper, scissors, player B could throw in blue the rock, paper, scissors, and then we looked at the combined outcomes. Okay, so first we look at how many possible outcomes there are, right? So if we count them up, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? I'm just counting up the cells right in here. Okay. Now, what's the probability of any single outcome? Any single outcome, any one outcome would be 1 over 9, or 0.1111. Okay, that's the probability of any single outcome. Okay. So now we took the next step and we labeled each outcome as red if player A wins, blue if player B wins, that should be a blue, and yellow if it's a draw. So we shaded the red if player A, blue if player B, yellow for a draw. Okay. So what's the probability that player A wins? So let's count up the red cells, 1, 2, 3, over all the cells, which is 9. So 3 over 9, or 1 over 3, or 0.3333. How about player B? 1, 2, 3 over 9, or 1 over 3, or 0.3333 repeating. How about a draw? 1, 2, 3 over 9, 1 over 3, or 0.3333 repeating. So is the game fair? Is the game fair? Equal chance of winning and losing, I'd say that's a pretty fair game, right? There's even an equal chance of drawing, but I don't know if that's really relevant. But there certainly is an equal chance of winning or losing, and to me that makes a fair game, so I would say that that is fair. Okay. So then we come to rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, which is where we left off our last one. And I'll share this with you as a reminder.
I'll tell you what, how about we go rock, paper, scissors?
Oh, I don't think so. Anecdotal evidence suggests that in a game of rock, paper, scissors, players familiar with each other will tie 75 to 80% of the time due to the limited number of outcomes. I suggest rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
What?
Oh, it's very simple. But scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper, paper disproves Spock, Spock vaporizes rock, and as it always has, rock crushes scissors.
Okay, I think I got it.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Okay, so that is rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Here is some explanation of how it works. This time you have rock, the closed fist, paper, the flat palm, scissors, the number 2 horizontally, lizard, the sock puppet mouth, right? Kind of looks like that. And Spock, the Vulcan salute. So each player hits the other hand 5 times, and on the 6th time gives the symbol that they wish. And here beneath here is all of the rules as to how we determine who wins. The same symbol results in a draw. Okay, so now for this one, we ask the same question. Is the game fair? Is this game fair? So we're going to, this is our activity for today we're getting to, which is that we're going to assess the fairness of the game using an experimental approach. So let me tell you how this is going to work. You'll be paired up with someone else in the room. I'm going to break you out into groups in just a minute or two, okay? I'm going to use the breakout rooms. I don't know if you've had that experience yet, but basically you'll just be in a room with one other person. Now, if there is an odd number of people, which there is right this second, which is fine, one of you will probably be in a group of 3, which is perfectly fine. Identify, we'll see how that works out. Identify one person as player A and the other as player B. Okay. So this is an important piece here. Identify one person as player A, the other as player B. You're going to play rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock 15 times. Then you're going to record the outcome for player A and choose someone to report back to the class. So in other words, all I'm going to be looking for you when we come back together is how many times player A won, how many times player A lost, and how many times player A got a draw. And that number should hopefully add to 15. Okay, so let me take a quick pause, see if there's any questions about the rules, and then I will break you up into groups. So I'm just going to repeat while I'm waiting for questions, see if there's anything that comes up. Again, you just choose who's player A. That's the most important part. And it doesn't matter, just choose someone. And the other person's player B. We have a question coming up here. Yes, I'm giving you the list of rules again. Absolutely. Yeah. Stay tuned for that. I'm giving you the list of rules. Yeah, I don't expect you to remember all that. So stay tuned just 1 second. I'll give it to you. So one person player A, the other person player B, you play the game 15 times, and then you record the outcome for player A. Did they win, lose, or draw each time? And here are your rules. And I sure hope you can see those rules when we break out into the groups. If you can't, we'll figure something out, but I'm hoping you can still see this when we break out. It kind of just occurred to me that that may not work. All right, we'll see. So I'm going to start with the breakout rooms, and we have 15 of you, so it will be 7. All right, I'm going to create the rooms, and if by any chance you can't see the rules or need the rules, let me know, and I will figure something out somehow. Okay? All right, let's try this. Here we go, I'm creating your rooms. Guys, I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to do this, so just bear that in mind.
I'm gonna be honest, I was laying in bed other than like.
Hi, this is Dr. McKibben. I just wanted to join you for a second. I noticed you guys had 3. So first of all, can you guys see the rules for the game?
No.
No, wonderful. Okay, so that means no one can. All right, let me see if there's something I can do about that. I apologize, but hang out, chat for a few minutes, get to know each other, and I'll be back, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
sorry
thank
about
you.
that. Yeah.
Free-spirited, friendly, handsome, like me. Hi, I was in breakout room 1.
Oh, it's you too, sweetie.
Hi, Preston. We're in breakout rooms right now, so I'm going to try and assign you to someone. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Okay. We're playing some games of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. You can join the room and hopefully they'll tell you what's going on. Okay. Hang on.
All right.
Hi,
Five,
this is
six, seven.
Hi, this is Dr. McKibben. I just wanted to see if you were able to see the message I sent you guys.
Yeah, we saw the message.
Okay, so are you in good shape now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to leave you alone. All right,
All right, thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you just scared me.
I leave here. Let's see. Okay. I see a couple of you have rejoined. I assume that means you're done, but if you're having any struggles, please let me know. By the way, you two were in breakout room 4. I don't know if you caught that, so I'm going to actually tell everyone to note which breakout room they're in.
We did finish. I do have a question about the homework though.
Of course. Yeah. What's up?
So when I went into it, it like 25 through 28 is like not showing up. Like
Oh,
it's just like blank.
that's really weird. Did you try the PDF version?
Um,
Give that a
yeah,
look.
I tried opening both of them,
Both of them were the
and
same, with 25
yeah,
to 28 not showing up.
yeah, and the first question on there says order of operations, and then like that's all it says on the whole page.
We This is very
I don't
strange.
know if that's supposed to be like that.
Mm, well, there's supposed to be some information about order of operations on the first page.
Oh,
Lauren, send me an email. What I'm going to try and do is send you a PDF version of it just to your
okay,
email and see if that works a little better, and then let me know if it doesn't, okay?
okay,
Okay, so send me an email and I'll do that.
okay.
Sounds good. Okay, great. Okay, good. A couple more people returning. I'm going to bring everyone back in just a couple minutes. I wanted to give people a couple extra minutes because I didn't have the instructions to you guys right away. Excuse me. While we're waiting to come back as a group, please feel free to ask any questions you may have in the interim. And I think we'll be coming back in just another couple minutes. And we just have a couple of rooms left. Let's give these people one more minute and then we'll close all the rooms. All right, looks like everyone is back, I think. Wonderful. So first experience in this class with breakout rooms, so hopefully once you got the message you were able to play the game. And what I want to do now is collect results. Okay, so let's see if I can do a nice whiteboard here to collect results. Okay, I'm going to enter some text. So here's our first category of win, and then we'll have a second category of lose, and a third category of draw. Okay. So let's start with breakout room 1. And if you could please tell me for player A, how many wins, losses, and draws player A had.
So we were breakout group 1, and player A won 6 times, lost 9, and we drew none.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How about breakout room 2?
We were breakout room 2, and player A won 6 times. They lost 5 times, and we drew 4 times.
Okay, perfect, thank you. How about breakout room 3?
Okay, player A won 3 times, lost 5 times, and we drawed 7 times.
Okay. Breakout room, thank you. Breakout room 4.
So player A won 5 times, player A lost 9 times, and we drew 1 time.
Okay. Perfect, thank you. How about breakout room 5?
So we had player A win 4 times, player B win 6 times, and then we had 5 draws.
Okay. And breakout room 6?
Player A won 4 times, lost 5 times, and we drew 6 times.
Okay, and our final breakout room 7, what happened to you guys?
Player A won 3 times, they lost 10 times, and we drew twice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so this is our data. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add up the win column, and I'm looking for a volunteer to add up the lose and draw column. So I'm just looking for someone to, hopefully if you have like a phone with a calculator or something, you can do that. So would someone please volunteer to add up the lose column? You can come off speaker, you can put it in the chat room. Either way works for me.
I can do it.
Okay, thanks, Brianna. I appreciate that. So we have the lose column taken care of, and would someone do the draw column? And someone else, I think, volunteered. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Faith. You can do the draw column. Perfect. Okay, so if you would please, let's all take a moment, and I'm going to add up the wins. Like I said, if you can add up the losses and draws, we'll come back together in just a second and talk that through.
I got 49
And that's for which one?
for losses.
For losses, 49. Thank you.
Mhm.
And we have a comment here. I suspect that's the draws. Hang on. Draws is 25. Thank you. Okay, so let's first of all see if this all adds up to a reasonable number. So 31 plus 49 plus 25, perfect, is 105. So our grand total is 105. So here's the task for all of us now. What I'd like you to do is figure out the probability of wins, losses, and draws. So this involves using our very first formula of all successful outcomes over all possible outcomes, right? So we're going to take 31 over 105, 49 over 105, and 25 over 105. So why don't we all give that a go, and then we'll see what we get. Let's just take a minute or two on that. All right, so let's talk this through. If you did the division here, then for 31 over 105, you probably got approximately 29.5% or 0.295. For the losses, you probably came up with 46.7% or 0.467. And for the draws, you probably came up with 23.8% or 0.238. So, based on this and this alone, and I'm going to flip back now to share with you this. Okay. Based on this and this alone, can we determine if the game is fair? So can the fairness of the game be assessed by the results of a single pair? And probably not, right? Because you all got some really different results out there. Some of you had 6 and 9. If I flip back for just a moment to the other screen, you'll see that, hopefully it didn't clear it. Yeah, some of you had 6 and 9, whereas another group of you had 3 and 10. So another one had 4 and 5, 3 and 5. So really different results. We probably can't assess this just based on a single pair. That wouldn't be fair. Now, can the fairness of the game be assessed by the combined results of the entire class? Well, maybe. It was about 30%, 47%, 24%. Now, if we were to believe the results that this class received, we'd say this game is pretty unfair, that you're more likely to lose than anything else. However, maybe our class came out with a little bit of a biased sample. Now, how could we improve the assessment of the fairness of the game? Well, more data. More data is almost always the answer. So instead of having you play 15 games, what if I had you play 30 games or 100 games or something along those lines? Then we'd probably get something closer to the truth. But so far, based on this alone, we'd say that this is not necessarily the fairest game. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at this using probability. And we're going to use the notation of SP for Spock and SC for scissors. Now we have a slightly different setup here. And you can see that we have 5 across by 5 down for all the possible outcomes. Right? This time player A is rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, and player B is the same set of choices. So we have 5 by 5 or 25 possible outcomes. What's the probability of any single outcome? 1 over 25, or 0.04. Okay. Now we shade them, just like we shaded for rock, paper, scissors. And if you will notice how this works out, we actually have 10 red shaded. So 10 over 25 is 0.4 or 40%. We have 10 blue shaded. 10 over 25 again, 0.4, 40%. And 5 yellow shaded, 5 draws. So 10 player A wins, 10 player B wins, draw 5 over 25 or 20%. So the odds of player A winning is 40%, chance of player B winning is 40%, and chance of a draw is 20%. Now is the game fair? Well, probably so. Even though the draws are a lot less, which is what Sheldon had mentioned in his little talk about this game, even though we have a lot less draws, we still have an equal number of wins and losses. So it's still a fair game. So this is really interesting how it came out in this class, because we actually did get a bit of a biased result here. It did not come out the same way probability would suggest. So that just goes to show you that sometimes, despite our best efforts to do things in the right way and to get a nice random sample of things, we still come up with something that's a bit biased. So that can happen. Okay, so that's all I have in terms of the activity. If you'd like to stick around with any questions, please feel free to do so. Other than that, I wish you a very good weekend, and we'll check in again on Monday. And we do have a question coming up here. Okay. Oh, thanks.
Have a nice weekend.
Oh, thanks, Preston. You too.
Thank you.
I just want to let you know that I did get it fixed.
Oh, you did? Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, if you don't need anything, that's just fine. Okay, well, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye.